This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
Friday, April the 24th, 2015, and this is your Barbados Today morning news update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. We begin with news that the National Union of Public Workers and Government seem headed for another industry relations clash, 1 year after the still unresolved impasse involving about 200 retrenched National Conservation Commission employees. In the latest development, the NUPW has served notice that it is very worried over the job security within the school meals department and has summoned all of its staff to an emergency meeting tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock to address this as well as pay and conditions of work. Acting Assistant General Secretary of the NUPW, Wayne Warren, told Barbados Today of his trade unions' concern that the Public Service Commission has decided to advertise all posts in the school meals, including those of temporary employees such as van drivers.
Obviously, this has implications for the standing workers, including general workers, school assistants, van drivers, who would have been acting as long as 10 years in some instances. The workers are querying the move of the Public Service Commission to bring interviews and examinations at the level of van driver. Recently, there are some positions of van drivers attached to the school meals department, and we were shocked to have heard that the commission has made a determination that there will be examinations and interviews to fill these posts. It has raised the query that if the commission is seeking to apply interviews across all posts in the public service, including down to general worker, it has implications then for the security of all temporary officers.
Warren said the union thinks it is unfair to be saying to a worker after 7 or 8 years service that he may not have a job depending on how the interview turns out.
You cannot treat workers like this. We are also arguing that the commission, that the Public Service Commission would not have filled posts within 1 year in accordance with the Public Service Act. This is a violation of the Act. If we don't see now why after 6 years you are coming with this rigid rule that you are going to ignore persons in the system and treat them like recruits and tell them they have to apply for a post. This is distasteful. We are not for development and we are seeking to address it. So therefore, we'll be summoning all school meeting workers to a meeting on Saturday, April the 25th at 10 a.m. And we require on that St. Michael to deal with this untenable state of affairs.
The Roman Catholic Church may soon start refusing to conduct funeral services for non-members or unsavory characters. Monsignor Vincent of the St. Patrick Roman Catholic Cathedral on Gemmonts Lane has suggested that he is rethinking the church's position of accepting funeral services from relatives of non-communicants or unsavory characters. The priest's decision to review his burial policy followed a disturbing incident on Monday where a gun dropped at the graveside of the late motorcycle road fatality victim Adriana Sobers, sparking a near stampede among the mourners. The Roman Catholic cleric, who was presiding over that ceremony at the St. Patrick Cathedral, further warned that he may revert to the church's previous practice of acquiring police security in cases where he anticipates a certain type of person may attend a funeral service and burial. He lamented the fact that in recent times he has been seeing some ugly behavior at funeral services and burials. Monsignor Vincent expressed grave concern at a growing unfortunate situation where many young people have demonstrated absolutely no respect or show any reverence for the dead.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
FAS Entertainment presents the Digicel Reggae on the Hill, featuring Queen Africa.
Take it far away, far away. in your legs.
Norris Man.
Them never want see we strike.
Luciano.
Give praise to Rastafari.
Barrington Levy.
I'm brother than Broadway.
Beanie Man.
Cock it up, yeah. Back it up, yeah.
Steel Pulse. Plus the best of Barbados. MCs Miss Kitty and Peter Coppin. Sunday, April 26th, Farley Hill National Park from 11 a.m. Digicel Reggae on the Hill. The climax.
A test of character. A test of focus. A test of will. A test of resilience. A test of courage. Barbados, the test is on. West Indies, England, May 1st at the Mecca. Tickets $30, $40, $50, and $60. It's on.
Are you Barbados is on?
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
We're back now with our top regional story this morning. It's that the law enforcement authorities in Trinidad and Tobago have ordered an immediate halt to the recruitment of Special Reserve Police officers. Acting Police Commissioner Stephen Williams says the move was necessary because of an influx of criminal cops joining that service. Williams says information has been unearthed by the Police Service Social and Welfare Association that there has been an influx of criminals and drug users joining the service as Special Reserve Police to conduct nefarious activities. He contends that it is now critical to stop further recruitment because the police service needs to intensify background checks of prospective candidates to ensure undesirables do not infiltrate the service. In more regional news, we are hearing that while Antigua and Barbuda's tourism industry has maintained its standing in the European and North American markets, closer to home, the result has not been the same. Antigua and Barbuda has recorded a significant decline of almost 50% in intra-regional travel. But government is redoubling its efforts to reverse the trend. More in this ABS TV radio report.
Needless to say, for most Caribbean persons, the key factor which they are likely to identify for the decline is the dramatic increase in the cost of air travel since 2008-2009. In fact, the reduction in interregional travel coincides with the escalation in ticket prices from those years. Sometimes it's more expensive to change a ticket within the Caribbean than buying a full-fare ticket to Miami or New York.
And further afield, Brazil's Petrobras has put a price tag on its massive corruption scandal, writing off $2 billion for bribery-related costs. The state-owned oil giant has now announced an overall loss of $7.2 billion in 2014, 2 months after its CEO and 5 other executives resigned over the affair. We pick up the rest of the story in this CNN report.
But the number that matters this time is the write-down, the losses suffered as a result of corruption. There had been speculation it could be as high as 90 billion reais. But at a press conference on Wednesday night, Petrobras said losses related to corruption totaled 6.2 billion reais, and the impairment of assets, also a result of the bribery scandal, totaled 44.6 billion reais. Now, Petrobras hasn't reported earnings since last August because auditors refused to sign off on the figures in the middle of this big corruption scandal without knowing what the impact of the bribery mess would be. The scandal broke last year when former Petrobras executives admitted to a bribery scandal that lasted for more than a decade. Construction companies allegedly paid kickbacks to the executives as well as politicians in exchange for lucrative contracts with the oil giant.
And on that note, we end our Barbados Today morning news update. However, you can join us this afternoon. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune into Channel 101 on Lime TV and Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.
This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.